He's a thinking person. He's highly intelligent. He's just a good man. So he hasn't had, nor will he have, any problem blending in and gaining the respect of his teammates.
He's able to help us out and recover. I mean, there's nobody else in the league who can do some of the stuff that he can do. When he's roaming the paint and he's blocking shots and doing something like, at the end of the day, he's going to help us out so much. I don't think he realizes how much he's going to be able to help us out.
Victor Wembanyama is the latest #1 pick in the NBA, and people are super excited about him, just like they were for LeBron James. Experts agree that he's the top choice, and teams have been trying really hard to get him for about a year. The San Antonio Spurs succeeded in picking him. Victor is seen as the ultimate prospect because he's tall, can shoot well, and handles the ball skillfully. If you've watched him play, you'd understand why there's so much hype around him. He's definitely going to be a big deal. Now, let's talk about what makes him different from other players. First things first, a career in sports was always likely for the young Victor. His father was a high jumper and his mother a former basketball player who is currently coaching. Victor's siblings, his sister Eve and brother Oscar, also play basketball. Even his grandfather played for Paris University in the 1960s. So, the family genetics play a huge part in Wembanyama's athletic talents. He has tried many sports, including football and judo, but his true love was the game of basketball. Wembanyama was first spotted at an under-11 game in France, and because of his outstanding height, was thought to be the assistant coach. However, when Coach Michael found out he was actually an 11-year-old, he immediately called Nanterre's front office, and Wemby was recruited shortly after. Wembanyama's physical growth has only added to the intrigue surrounding him. He grew up to be over 7 feet and is about to be the tallest active NBA player. Add to that an 8-foot wingspan and you have got yourself a 2K, my career type of player. Despite being really tall, what makes Victor stand out is his incredible ball skills. Usually someone over 7 feet tall is expected to play like a traditional center, good at blocking shots, a presence on the boards, and more focused on defending like Rudy from his own country. Now, that's a solid set of skills, but it wouldn't be enough to make Victor the amazing prospect he is. What sets him apart is his exceptional ball handling, impressive dribbling, and passing skills, plus the fact that he's a confident shooter from beyond the three-point line. Combine all that with height, and you can see why people are saying he's the biggest prospect in over 20 years. LeBron James, who was considered a prospect as great as Victor, called him an alien and a generational talent. Even the Greek Freak, a 2-time NBA MVP and champion, said, "The league hasn't seen anything like Victor before." A lot of videos of Victor performing remarkable basketball plays have gone viral on social media, and rightfully so. You don't see a guy of Victor's size do stuff like that often. From the crazy blocks to the attractive dunks or even his three-pointers, Victor has been doing all of that against grown men in Europe, in the first French league, which is in fact one of the better leagues on the continent. And the French players' development system has done a tremendous job, encouraging Victor's unique skill sets and nurturing his game so he can develop his craft as much as one can. In this environment, Victor was able to focus on basketball, instead of being distracted by the spotlight a young, promising athlete gets in the US. In his 2022 campaign, Victor led the league in points, rebounds, and blocks, while also being the one-man marketing campaign for the French league as well. Teams have been selling out arenas in games that would typically not be sold out, because the fans were just so eager to watch Victor play. Him being drafted as the #1 pick straight from the French league is a huge advertisement for the league and would probably raise basketball's popularity in France even more. Although there are some concerns that Victor's thin frame may lead to injuries down the line, as it has in many other careers of players his size. Many players that are well above 7 feet tall have trouble staying on the court, most often because of injuries to their lower limbs. However, that is hopefully and probably not going to be the case with Victor, as the young Frenchman has been keeping a tremendous focus on his mobility and flexibility training. Videos of Victor performing advanced exercises have gone public numerous times, and it is really impressive what he is capable of doing with his size. Why is this so important? Well, tight muscles are proven to tire faster than flexible ones, thus making the other muscles work harder. As a result of this, muscle fatigue and injury can hinder the ability to protect the joints, especially the ones in weight-bearing joints, like the hips and knees. That's why weak hamstring and ACL injuries are so closely linked. To put it simply, flexibility training could be a real game changer, especially if you are Victor's size. Victor has a great work ethic and his priorities set. He doesn't mess around with his routine, as he is aware that healthy and flexible muscle joints could be the key to his career's longevity, something he and we as fans definitely want. Another concern about Victor's future could be his weight, or lack thereof. Victor Wembanyama is listed at 7 feet and 4 inches and only weighs 210 pounds. To put it in perspective, that's 5 pounds less than Donovan Mitchell's listed weight and around 15 more than Lillard's, who are both guards and over a foot shorter than Victor. There's no doubt that Victor will add muscle and gain weight throughout his NBA journey. But the young Frenchman doesn't only want to bulk up, as he said in his draft day interview. Putting up extra weight on his joints, without much concern, could lead to extra stress and less flexibility, leading to injuries. A lot of what Wemby has been doing has been focused more on keeping his feet healthy rather than just putting up weight. Some of the exercises may look weird or overly difficult, but he has been directly targeting his injury risks and focusing on keeping him healthy over the course of multiple NBA seasons. Players of Victor's height usually have at least 80 pounds more, but also a lot of foot injuries throughout their careers. Players such as Yao Ming and Greg Oden, who were and are beasts on the court when healthy, have spent a lot of time off the court throughout their careers. In Greg Oden's case, his injuries were so bad that we never got to see his full potential on display, ultimately leading to one of the biggest disappointments and what-if careers in recent NBA history. So, let's trust what Wemby and his coaches have been doing. Keeping himself mobile has allowed Victor to be a fluid athlete that is able to show tremendous versatility on the court. While supremely talented, the reason behind Victor's skill set has been his hard work and focus on the ultimate goal. He has always been the hardest worker in any room, both studying the game of basketball as well as working on his body and skill set. He has great instincts on off-ball defense. He is very effective on offense and also manages to keep his body healthy. Between Wembanyama's standing 10 feet reach and his coordination, he is also an easy basket target off transition, dump downs, lobs, and cuts. The quick single motion from catch to finish is most notable when he received passes below the rim. He also has an eye-opening second jump for a player his size, leading to second-chance points. Unlike big players like Rudy, Wembanyama offers more skill and touch offensively in the post. He has counter footwork to shake free operating back to the basket and doesn't need many steps to get close to the rim. He can make over-the-shoulder shots with both hands, and his size allows him to get them in from some tough angles or over the hands of most defenders. Where his all-NBA level potential lights up is when he handles the ball. How often do you see a player his size being able to create his own shot off the dribble? The basketball world hasn't seen a player of his size execute his drives into finishes, shoots off the dribble or fallaways from the post with such ease. Wembanyama has also shown his tremendous basketball IQ and feel for the game with some well-paced finesse entry passes into the post. His skill and vision pop out on kick-out assist, and he possesses a quick processing ability, mostly shown with his tap passes where he doesn't even catch the ball before finding the open teammate. He can often be maybe too casual or overly ambitious with such passes, forcing them a little bit, but that will without a doubt be developed throughout his career. Another possible weakness to point out is that while Victor is confident in his shot, sometimes he takes some ill-advised shots, often leading to a decrease in his percentages. He shows tremendous confidence on the court, and that is what takes his game to the next level. However, he might have to tear it down a bit for the better of the team's success, which is definitely his ultimate goal. Wembanyama has a winner mentality and possesses great work ethic, so there is no doubt that he is going to get on the right track, if he hasn't been there already. Even though Victor Wembanyama hasn't played a full NBA season yet, he's the 8th most searched player. Thanks to the Wemby mania and the excitement surrounding him, the upcoming season promises to be one of the most exciting in NBA history. The Spurs are likely to sell a ton of tickets because fans wouldn't want to miss the chance to watch Wembanyama in action. He's been hailed as one of the greatest prospects ever, and rightly so. The young Frenchman has the potential to change the game of basketball as we know it. Let's hope he stays healthy, so he can join the conversation about the greatest of all time. A healthy and long career would be a win for everyone: Victor, the Spurs, the NBA, and especially the fans.